I'm Linda Segerstam, and this is your 6th session in the 7 minutes, 7 days beginner series 1. So we have a new start position today, which is lying down onto your front. So you're going to bring yourself down, placing yourself down onto elbows and hips. And then we're going to go into something called a diamond press and dart. So diamond press has got the hands underneath the forehead. So you create this diamond shape with your fingers and then placing the fingertips underneath the forehead. Elbows are out to the side. Now the legs are just stretched out and you just turn off the muscles so it's calm and comfortable around the hip. Now from here, we're going to start lifting the head and chest. So I'm going to lift in the head first and then the neck and then the upper back, just floating off the floor. And then placing the chest back down again and the forehead goes down onto your fingers. So we lift the head, neck and the upper back, keeping the bottom ribs down into the floor still, and then come back down the same way you went up. So this is to mobilize, keep moving. So this is to mobilize your upper back and letting the muscles glide a bit and making sure we get space there. So we do a lot of seated things during the day where we lean forward, and this is to help you just get space and movement. So we lift the head, peel the chest off the floor, keeping the bottom rib cage connected into the mat, and then float down in towards the fingers again. So try to see if you can keep your hips calm. So don't let your glute muscles start squeezing. And then we just float the head and chest back down again. So shoulders are relaxed. We lift the head, neck, upper back. And then coming back down into the floor. So this is now where breathing is going to come in. So I'm going to breathe in just to lift. Then I'm going to breathe out to lift fully. I'm going to breathe in to hold it. And then breathe out to come all the way down again. So we do that again. So breath in to lift just off the floor. Breathe out fully to lift a little bit further up. Breathe in to hold it. And then breathe out to come down into floor. And now we change position into dart. So dart is to strengthen your muscles. So I bring my arms down by your side. You're going to fly through the air like a dart. So it sort of gives away what it is already. So the toes are touching and the heels are going to fall out. So we're going to let the legs just turn off. So heels are not together, they're falling out. Now the arms are dropping down, shoulders are going to be rounded towards the floor, and the nose might be touching. Now from here, you're going to lift your nose off the floor, roll the shoulders back, bring the elbows up, and then turn the arms and palms in towards the body. And then come back down again, hands, elbows, shoulders, and nose. So we lift the nose, lift the shoulders, elbows, and hands. And then bringing the hands back, elbows and shoulders. So that is the lift. You can feel the back muscles will have to carry the weight of the arms. So the height depends on your strength here. And we're not trying to go super high to start with. We're just lifting up and imagine that you're flying through the air and then place yourself back down again. So the hips are pushing down at the same time, just lightly as you lift and you reach your fingertips. See if you can get length through those arms as well. Making sure the front of the shoulder roll back, pushing the shoulders slightly together on your back, bringing the elbows in, turn the palms in so the thumbs are going down towards the floor, and then placing everything down and nose down. 2 more. So lift the nose, shoulders, elbows, fingers, lengthen the arms down towards your toes, and then bringing everything back down. 1 more. So we lift the nose, shoulders, elbows, fingers, and then reach. And then roll the shoulders back again. Now to come out of here, we do rest position. So we bring the hands into the chest, or elbows can push up as well. And then we lift, and then we push back towards the heels. So sitting back, or keeping the hips higher if you feel that you can't compress the knees this much. And then let the chest become heavy. So we just stay there for a moment, and then gliding the hands in towards the knees to roll back up again, and then turn onto your back. So we now go to something called single leg stretch, which is part of the classical routine in Pilates. Now it is core muscles, so we're going to start with lifting the knee into our knee fold without moving the spine much. So just lift and lift. So just checking that we got this and everything is still. Hips are not moving side to side. And then we're going to use this position. So I'm going to keep that knee lifted. I'm going to bring the hands onto the knee. I'm going to lift the head and shoulders here. So I'm going to roll up, keeping the knee still, and then come back down again. And again, lifting up towards the knee and then coming back down into the floor. So you can feel the effort now. This is now when we start moving into your core muscles. One more this side. Roll up, lift, and then placing your head and shoulders down. Bring the arms back and then taking the foot down. And we do the same on the other side. So we lift one leg up and we're going to keep it still. And then we bring the hands towards the knee and then we lift up. And then place the shoulders down. The legs stay still. It doesn't move closer or further away. It just stay in position. And again, lift up, roll up, and then place the shoulders back down. One more, lift, roll up, look towards the knee, and then coming back down. And now we change into another part of single leg stretch, which is the pushing away of the leg. So lift the knee in. You can bring it in as close as you want now, as long as your spine is not wobbling about and moving. And then we're going to stretch this leg out. So I'm going to push the leg out and then bring it back in. So the straight line is through the leg. We're not wobbling side to side. And then back in, push out, and then bring the knee back in. So we do 3 more on this side, just testing our coordination here, keeping everything still, but the leg is moving. Pushing out and then back in. One more, push out and then back in, and then change side. Lifting the knee and then we're pushing out and then bring the knee back in. So we lengthen the leg and the hips are staying still and the rib cage is not flaring. All of those points. Stretch the leg out, bring it back in. Push the leg out, bring it back in. One more, push the leg out and then bring it back in and then taking the foot down. Now can we combine those two together? So we're going to lift the knee up. We're going to lift the head and shoulders up and reach, not holding the knee anymore. And then I'm going to stretch the leg out and then bring it back in again. 2 more. Stretch the leg out and then bring it back in. 1 more. Stretch the leg out and then hold onto the knee as you place yourself down into the floor. So a little bit more effort now. So we're lifting the knee up and then we reach for the knee. Lift the head and shoulders. You can still hold on to that knee. Now we're going to let go. So I'm going to stretch the leg out and we're going to bring it back in. Push the leg out. Coming back in towards the middle. 1 more time. And then back in. And then taking your head and shoulders down. Knee in towards your chest. Taking the foot down. And just roll onto your side. Knees. And push the hand. Lift. Well done.